They are dazzling, amazing, useful, and full of creativity. The world is constantly changing from a planet that is inhabitable into a globe that is full of new technologies, innovations, and life. Elements and minerals play a vital role as some of the building blocks of modern civilization that are used to enforce strong and beautiful technological structures. For instance, manganese and iron are used in the manufacture of steel, which is useful in making buildings such as factories and contributes to increasing hardness. Copper is the most common mineral found in cell phones that makes the life of a battery last longer. The automobile engine and the other components under the hood are made from the iron, lead, molybdenum, chromium, nickel, aluminum, and zinc. Indeed, science and technology have contributed to urbanization in our lifetime. Urbanization and rapid industrialization have benefited mankind and made the lives of humans easier and more comfortable. However, both urbanization and industrialization pose risks to humanity and the environment, the most serious of which is the urban air pollution. Do we need to worry or just ignore it? Urban air pollution refers to the air pollution in and around cities. Denser populations experience more urban air pollution. Air pollution represents a prominent threat to global society by causing cascading effects on first, individuals, second, medical systems, third, ecosystem health, and fourth, economies in both developing and developed countries. About 90% of the global citizens lived in areas that exceed the safe level in the World Health Organization air quality guidelines. Among all types of ecosystems, urban produce roughly 78% of carbon emissions and substantial airborne pollutants that adversely affect over 50% of the world's population living in them. Air pollution affects human health as well as the climate of an area. According to the World Health Organization, 4.2 million deaths every year occur because of exposure to outdoor air pollution. Although there are some natural sources of urban air pollution, most of the sources are anthropogenic and largely depend on the activities of people.
Air pollution indeed consists of chemicals present in the Earth's atmosphere that pose serious health and environmental threats. But what really causes air pollution? Some air pollution comes from natural sources such as volcanic eruptions, wildfires, and wind-blown dust. But most air pollution results from human activities. Some human activities include home heating, mobile sources, area sources, stationary sources, and burning fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels produces energy, which further benefits the human lifestyle. However, it releases greenhouse gases into the air that traps heat from the sun into the Earth's atmosphere. Furthermore, this leads to a rise in global temperatures, especially in tropical and equatorial regions, which contribute to climate change. With this, higher temperatures intensify some types of air pollution, such as smog, which is formed in the presence of high heat and increased levels of ultraviolet radiation. More frequent extreme weather such as flooding contributes to damp conditions and therefore to a rise in mold. One of the categories of smog is photochemical sulfurous smog. This is made up of chemical compounds called sulfur oxides, which occur when burning sulfur-bearing fossil fuels such as coal. On the other hand, volatile organic compounds are released from gasoline paints and many cleaning solvents. Smog not only creates a brown haze and reduces visibility, but also harms plants, irritates the eyes, and causes respiratory distress. Another type of air pollution is called toxic pollutants. These are chemicals such as mercury, lead, dioxins, and benzene that are released during gas or coal combustion, waste incineration, or burning of gasoline. This can further cause serious health problems such as cancer, reproductive complications, and birth effects.
Given the dire impacts of urban air pollution, the right to a sufficient standard of living may be compromised. The prevention of this issue, at least at the national level, requires realistic, scientific, and viable approaches. At the core of specific solutions is the implementation of an effective and integrated air quality management, or AQM. This contains assessment activities that allow for the creation of air quality objectives and the implementation of measures to attain those objectives. To reduce the long-term effects of urban air pollution on the environment and health, four things are needed. First, Clean Air Action Plans, or CAP. Urban air quality issues in the Philippines require comprehensive and evidence-based CAPs. CAPs can outline clear air quality targets or goals for all sectors and stakeholders, clarify roles, facilitate cooperation, specify reporting and monitoring, and be supported by a financial and investment strategy. Developing this would essentially allow us to identify specific aspects of the pollution issue and efficient ways to address them. Second, targeted standard for ambient air quality. Identifying safe levels of air quality standards is another essential solution. 30 years after passing the Clean Air Act, the Philippines has yet to achieve full and effective control of air pollution. Aligning the country's PM 2.5 levels to World Health Organization guidelines should compel the businesses to immediately address their contributions to air pollution. Third, government regulation. The future of clean air requires both national and local leadership and vision. Primarily, the government should secure sustainable funding for effective air quality control. Thus, it may prioritize improving the technical capacity for air quality monitoring and analysis, as well as implementing air pollution laws and regulations. To reduce emissions, the government should improve urban planning, especially in developing protected bike lanes, and employ economic instruments such as taxes, penalties, and incentives properly. In the Philippines, where mobile sources highly contribute to emissions, it is crucial to subsidize electric and hybrid vehicles. Indeed, the iconic diesel-powered jeepneys should be modernized to be more eco-friendly, but the government must aid impacted drivers in finding alternative income sources. Fourth, public awareness and action. It is essential that people recognize and comprehend the effects of urban air pollution in order to generate demand and hence public and political action. National awareness might be raised by expanding broadcast and print coverage and introducing air pollution education. At the local level, technical expert discussions and pollution-specific initiatives may mobilize a community and encourage them to adhere to management policies, plans, and programs. But the smallest individual change that would make the greatest difference would be to walk or cycle rather than use your private vehicle, especially when you can. Commercial vehicle sales in the Philippines, which increased by 43% last November, are currently growing at an alarming rate. Swapping these journeys for walks and cycling not only curbs air pollution, but also reduces urban noise and keeps you physically healthy.
Indeed, the world is a dazzling place, marked by a long history that began with the birth of our solar system. From a molten ball of elements, it grew to a layered rocky planet, brimming with sophisticated and useful wonders, and especially life. As humans dominated the landscape, so did numerous banes. Air pollution is among them, a phenomenon largely controlled by humans, and so stands as the greatest risk to human health and the environment. Even so, integrated and productive air quality management can go a long way to curb this threat, even eliminate it. Urban air pollution is often regarded as the invisible and insidious killer, but it is one we can confront and defeat all the same time.